right, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Good to see y'all on here. I'm not going to go through a whole bunch, guys. Welcome to the call. Glad you guys are on here. Get paper and pencil. I've found it, guys. I've got some stuff we're going to go over tonight. So for those of you who have internet, and like I say, with the way things are going, we're growing a lot of our business. Some of us, a lot of our business, others a little bit, but we're learning how to use social media to our benefit. Now, you guys remember Shaquille Cooper? He talks about this book. He says right here, this is his second Bible, Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. Now, we're going to listen to some audio tonight of Brian Carruthers. And here's what I respect about this man. He's in another network marketing company. But the one thing about him is his integrity. He talks about, I will not try to recruit you. In fact, he says, if people even call me on the phone to say, hey, I'm in another network marketing and I saw your stuff, I want to be on your team, he refuses to put them on his team. I will show you how to grow your business where you're at. And I tell you, I got to respect that. So he's here. He makes his money writing these books for all of us to use. He doesn't make it getting people, trying to steal people. A bunch of respect for him. But guys, this is about 40 minutes long. Be ready with your camera to take pictures and get some notes. This is straight bomb. So let me share my screen.
To talk about how to use social media and the various social media platforms for building your network marketing business. This training in particular today is going to focus on the use of Facebook, but this same information can be used across all social media platforms now and in the future, because a lot of it is about mindset, about philosophy, and about methodology. And so what I would encourage everybody to do is to, first of all, decide on your purpose. What exactly are you looking to do on Facebook? Are you looking to sell product? Are you looking to recruit people? Are you looking to build a team community page? Are you looking to build a personal brand? These are all questions that you need to decide at the beginning so you know what direction you're looking to go in. So let's talk about the few ways you can do. Number one, a personal page. This is where most people absolutely should start. This is what you're going to use to gain prospects for your network marketing business. How do you create a group page? Well, when you're on your personal page, you go to the little arrow on the top bar of your page. When you click that, it's going to give you a chance to go down to the drop-down menu and go to create a group. And once you do that, you're going to be able to name your group and begin your page. The reason for creating a group page is to motivate your team for recognition, for announcements, for training, for just overall connection and creating a community, which is very important in network marketing, that you do create a community, because people will quit quicker on themselves than they would quit on a team. So you want to make sure everybody feels like they're a part of a team and that there is a very big inclusion factor, okay? Also, some people get to a place in their career where they want to create a business person or a public figure page. This is used for building your own brand and building your own following outside of your business as well. And in order to do that, you'll be able to go and set this up. As you see on the screen, you see a picture of my personal public figure page, which is Brian Carruthers Foster Mentor. And what you want to make sure that you do so that people will see any posts and any engagement that you want to put out there to the world, you want to make sure that once they do like your page, you want to make sure that you teach people to click the like down arrow and switch the in your newsfeed setting from default to see first. That way, when you put a post out there, it will show up on their newsfeed first, okay? There's a little bit of a quicker, a better view of what that looks like. So let's talk about your personal page, all right? most people have no clear strategy, and therefore they have a shotgun approach. They have a shotgun approach to what they're doing on social media because they really have not decided exactly what they're looking to do on Facebook. So here's what we got to do, you guys. Social media does not make other methods obsolete. It serves a purpose, matter of fact, several purposes, as long as you're purposeful. So let's talk about what you're actually looking to do on social media. Your personal page is your magnet. This is what's going to attract people to you so that in turn, in time, you'll be able to introduce them to your products or services and to your business opportunity. So your goal is to use your personal page for fostering friendships that will in turn become prospects for your business or products. Now, let me just stop here for a minute so you can really grasp what I'm talking about. Your personal page is not your classified advertisement page. This is not where you're going to advertise your products or business. Your personal page is where you're going to create friendships, interact with your friendships, so that eventually they can become prospects, but they must be friends first, get to know you, engage with you first before you try to turn them into a prospect. So on your personal page, we attract people because of who we are. If you're not an attractive person, if you get on Facebook and you don't portray yourself as somebody that they would be attracted to, then you're dead on arrival. What I would encourage you to do is make a decision to be so good that they cannot ignore you. And that's what Steve Martin, the famed comedian and actor, that's a quote from him, and I love it. Be so good they can't ignore you. So when you're on Facebook, you get to be who you want to be. You can be better than you've ever been. And so this page is about who you want to be seen as, and you get to decide. So even though you might not have a tremendous glowing background of success, you can still portray yourself as a success-oriented person. Now, this does not mean that you lie and say you've made more money than you've made, you've done more than you've done, but you still can post pictures of you dressed for success. You can still post successful, information, quotes, mindsets, and philosophies on there. Again, you get to portray who you want the world to see you as. So I would encourage you a few things. Number one, always be positive. In this crazy world that we're living in right now, people are tired of all the political rants. They're tired of all the negativity. If they want to see that, they can go watch everybody else's posts on social media. They go turn on any news channel and find more than they want of that stuff. But you get to be the rock in the river for people. You can always be positive, be fun, be uplifting, because this is a people attraction business. If you decide to be attractive, people will come to you like a magnet. So let's talk about how you set up your personal page. First of all, your profile picture is a picture of you, your face, right? This is Facebook. This is not dog book. This is not football book. This is not cat book. This is not sunset book or kid book. This is you. It's about you and who you want the world to see you as. So it does get annoying, and I'm sure some of you can relate, when you look at somebody's profile page and their picture is a picture of their favorite football team's helmet, or a picture of a sunset. That does not, yes, it might be a nice picture, but you post those pictures down in your timeline. You don't make that who you are, because you are not a sunset, you are not a helmet, and you're not a cat, right? So your profile picture needs to be a nice picture of you. Go take 50 pictures and pick the best one. Now, your cover picture that goes across the top of the page should depict something about you, maybe your favorite interests, something that really kind of shows a little bit about what you're about. That might be you sitting on a beach enjoying a sunset because that's something that you enjoy. It might be a picture of your family. It might, frankly, it could be a picture of you at your favorite football team's Sunday game. But the cover picture can be something more than just you, but your profile picture must be you. And you can see a sample of mine on the screen right there. You want to make sure, because you're looking to not keep this a private page just for your family members and your best friends, but you're looking to use this as a network marketer, as a magnet to attract people to come learn about you, right? So you want to make sure that in your settings that you go set your profile setting to public so that anybody on Facebook can come see you. You might have a friend of yours that likes a post and they tell somebody about you. You want that person to come learn about you, read the post, and even actually click the follow button and even request to be your friend. Again, your goal, you guys, is to build a list. Marketers are always about growing their list, growing their influence to have more prospects in their pipeline. Now, your goal is to do marketing and prospecting. And this is kind of like pull through and push through. And what I want everybody to understand is you want to be doing both. Marketing is you putting your good vibes, putting your information out to the marketplace, out to your friends, out to your viewers, your audience. Prospecting on Facebook is also where you are actively engaging on Facebook. You're going out and looking at other people's posts, and you're commenting on their posts and striking up conversations. So you're going to be doing your own marketing efforts on what you're posting out there, but you're also going to be doing prospecting by engaging on people that comment on your posts, and you're going to go out and engage with other people's posts. Now, let's talk about your posting first and foremost. What I have learned in the last year or two that has massively impacted my ability to be effective at finding people that want to join my business on social media. And some of the top recruiters inside and outside of my company, some of the people that are recruiting 10, 20, 30 people a month, they are doing it not by posting about their opportunity all over their Facebook timeline constantly, which does not work. It actually backfires and does damage. They use lifestyle or attraction marketing. Your goal, you guys, again, is to grow your following and start conversations with new friends. Then you can lead those conversations down the line to share with them your opportunity. So here's some tips for you. Number one, always put yourself in your audience's shoes. Because here's the thing, nobody wants to be sold. Nobody wants to be recruited. They don't want to see your sales pitches and your recruiting pitches. Okay? At the end of the day, people will only do business with people that or brands that they know, like, and trust. So your goal is to attract people to come see what you're about, to get to know you, to get to like you, and get to trust you. Then you can convert that later on. So you want to create curiosity. Your goal is to get them interested in you, but not exactly know what you do. You want to leave them hanging, wanting more information from you. Matter of fact, what you're really after is for them to say to themselves, I don't know what you do, but I got to talk to you. That's what you're after. So I would encourage you to write that down right now. That is exactly what you want your followers on Facebook to say. I don't know what you do, but I got to talk to you. So how do you do that? Well, a couple of things that you don't do is, number one, never outright pitch your product or your company on your timeline. Because once you do, they're on your agenda. They know exactly what you're after. You're trying to sell them. You're trying to recruit them. And again, nobody wants to be sold. Nobody wants to be recruited. People like to buy. People like to join or start a business, but they don't want to be sold or recruited. There's a difference. That's hunting versus fishing. If you're a hunter, you're going after people. If you're a fisherman, you're putting information out. You're putting the lure, the bait out there, and you're slowly and quietly reeling it in, hoping that they'll bite. So again, never pitch your product or your company on your timeline. Very important. Don't mention your company name, because if they do, or if you do, then they will go Google it. And when they do, you're going to possibly lose them because somebody might have written some negative stuff online about your company or your product. Or if they like what they see, They might just Google the top earners in your company and go around you and go find somebody that they would rather be sponsored by. So I have chosen over the last 18 years in my company not to ever tell a prospect the name of my company. I don't want them to make a decision to prejudge what we do, what we're about, based on them thinking they know what it is based on the company name, or based on something they might have heard in the past, or they go Google it and find some, some sparse information about it. I want to get them into the movie theater so they can see the movie from start to finish, so they know exactly what the whole thing is, and then they can make an educated decision whether it's for them or it's not. So you don't mention the company name, okay? You don't post links to your website on your post. And here's the thing. Facebook has algorithms where the computer actually makes decisions based on a formula. So anytime that you post a link in one of your posts, number one, you're basically coming across like a sales pitch. People, your friends and your following, they don't like that anyway. But secondly, Facebook's not going to show it to them. They won't even see your post. Why? Because anytime you put a link in a post where if someone clicks it, that takes them off of Facebook's platform onto another website, onto your company website, onto YouTube, or anywhere else, then you're basically taking that viewer away from Facebook. Facebook makes money by keeping people on the Facebook platform because that's where advertisers get their advertisements seen, and that's how Facebook makes money. So at the end of the day, never post a link in your post because it doesn't come across right and it won't be seen anyway. Here's the thing, don't just post, okay? Yes, we're gonna talk about what to post, how often to post on your timeline, but it's not just about posting. You know, I see some people that they're posting 20 times a day and there's no engagement, nobody's liking it, nobody's commenting, quite frankly, nobody's even seeing it. And so you want to engage. When you post something out there, you're doing it with the intent to create engagement. And when people respond by liking it, commenting, sharing, you want to engage with those people who respond. And that's what's going to build the relationships as if you're talking to them in person. That's exactly what you're trying to do. You can be sitting in a car, in a parking lot, waiting for somebody to come to your car. You could be on a vacation, sitting on a beach. You could be at a restaurant waiting for your food. You could be in bed, getting ready to sleep at night. And you can go and look at the posts that you posted earlier that day or days before, and you can see who has engaged, and you can engage with them. Get the conversations going and keep them going. You also don't want to spam, which means that you don't ever tag people without their permission, and you don't post on other people's walls. This is very annoying. A lot of times I'll look at my timeline or my wall, and I'll see that somebody posted something, but they tagged my name in it, and now it shows up on my timeline. It's supposed to be on their timeline, but because they tagged me, it's now showing up on mine. Why do people do that? Because they think that I've got people that are coming to my timeline to read my posts. And if they tag me, their post will show up on my timeline, and my audience will see their post. Well, that's not fair. They never asked me if they could tag me and have my audience see what they're posting. So that's basically the Facebook version of spam. It's not appropriate. It's not acceptable. You know, if you want to tag someone, you want to shoot them a note, say, hey, I'm going to post this. Is it okay if I tag you? They might say, no, that's not really in my game plan right now. I don't really want that on my timeline. So what I do when somebody spams me like that, I'll go in and I'll remove the tag. And if they do it enough, I'll just block them. I won't let them, tag me anymore. So don't spam people. You're just going to annoy people, and it really doesn't get you anywhere. Okay. You also don't want to spam people by way of private messages either. If you start going down your friends list and start sending out like one at a time, but on a massive basis, just sending out all these messages to people, that's also going to annoy them, because they can tell that it's not a personal message that you meant to just send to them. They can tell when you're just cutting and pasting and spamming people. So only after you've warmed a person up and you've got a reason to engage in a personal private message, that's when you actually engage there. Also, you guys, don't talk all the time about your network marketing business, okay? Because look, it'll annoy some people. If that's all they ever hear you talking about, then they become deaf to it. It's going to create fatigue. So you want to have 4 or 5 different interests that are up your alley. For example, for me, I might post about fishing, about golfing, about surfing, about going shark tooth hunting on a beach somewhere. I will talk about business, of course, because it is a passion of mine and network marketing, but it's only some of the time, not all of the time. You also make sure that you don't vomit all over any sign of interest. I see that happen a lot. You get, you're posting and you're engaging, and somebody finally asks you a question about your business. And all of a sudden, you go into Tasmanian devil mode, where you're just like going spinning out of control. You're so excited that somebody's finally interested in what you're doing. And you blow them out, you completely blow them against the wall and they die. You want to be smooth. You want to be subtle. And you want to create respect from them, okay? I call it a relaxed intensity. Yes, of course, I understand why you're excited. You finally find somebody who's interested in your business, but that's where you want to really play it cool, play it coy, come from a posture of strength, not weakness, strength, not desperation. Be glad that they're interested, share with them some information, and act like, hey, it may or may not even be for you. We might not even be a great fit. You might not be what our company's looking for, but hey, let me get you some information to review. Hey, you send them a private message. Hey, if I send you a 5-minute video about what we do, would you watch it? And then we can talk. So you want to be smooth and subtle, all right? Also, here's a big one. Don't air your dirty laundry, or don't talk politics or religion. I know that when we've gone through a political season with like the United States presidential debates and election process, I watched people lose friends. Democrats were posting all their democratic ideas and philosophies, and the Republicans didn't like that. And then the flip side, the Republicans did it, and then the Democrats were mad at them. It's like, look, you have to decide, is Facebook your platform to go on a rant or to project your philosophies to the world? And by the way, you have every right to. Freedom of speech, you do what you want. But this webinar that you're listening to right now, this is about how to use Facebook effectively to become a big recruiter and become wealthy through your network marketing business. So you got to decide, do you want to get wealthy, or do you want to share your opinions with people? Because you can't really effectively do both. Because in politics, for example, if half the country is of one philosophy and half is the other, and you pick your side and you start going on your political rants, you basically polarized your audience and alienated half of your audience instantly. Same thing with religion. By the way, I'll post some things that might be religious sometimes because I feel very strongly about my religion, but I would never make it sound like or come across like I'm against somebody else's religion. You've got to be respectful. So I just go by a rule of thumb. Just don't talk politics, don't talk religion. And look, Facebook is not your psychiatrist. It's not a place to air your dirty laundry about a pet peeve that everybody makes you mad about, or what your ex-spouse just did, or what your girlfriend did, your boyfriend did, or you're mad about this or that. Again, when you get negative on Facebook, what you're looking to do is you're looking for people to co-sign with your misery, to co-sign with what you're mad about, your negativity. And yes, you'll find some people that will buy into that, and they'll say, oh, me too, I hate them, I hate that too. Guess what? That you might have gotten some validation why you're mad about something, but guess what you just did? You just turned off a majority of your audience that does not want to surround themselves with negative people that are going to talk like that on social media. Now, you also don't want to be the cynical agitator who always likes to argue and take a stance. I see a lot of people out there doing this. And maybe they're lonely. Maybe they argued so much with their spouse ignores them. Now they got to find somebody else to argue with. What I love to do on Facebook, I love to, when I see a post that I like to tell them how much I liked it. If I see a post I don't like, I scroll by it and I ignore it. Because what I find is that when you fight or argue with someone, if you win, they lose. In an argument, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. And if that's the case, guess what? If you win, you lost, because your goal here is to, How to Win Friends and Influence People is a great book by Dale Carnegie, and it's something that you should read and apply those concepts to your social media interactions. If you want to attract people, if you want to win friends and influence people, don't be the agitator. If you don't agree with somebody's post or somebody's comment, ignore it. If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. You might say, well, no, I need to fix this person. I need to make sure, I need to make my point. I need to get them to think the way I think. Okay. Well, if you do that, fine. Nobody can control that if that's what you decide to do, but don't expect to recruit that person or to have them become a happy customer with you if you're going to be the arguer, the agitator all the time. Now, let's talk about how you're going to embark on this journey of marketing and prospecting on Facebook. You have to show up. You have to get on there. Okay, it's not like I'm going to get on every few weeks or a couple times a month. If you do that, you're not going to engage. That's like having a friend that you only see once a year. You're not really nurturing the relationships properly. You're not going to ever find people that are going to want to be around you if you're not around. So show up. What Facebook likes and rewards consistent activity from people. So what you don't want to do is post 20 times a day. I see people do that a lot. They're posting way too much, in my opinion, where it just looks like you're just trying to throw a whole bunch of spaghetti noodles against a wall. So you don't want to go overboard, 20 a day, but you also want to make sure you find your sweet spot. I have found that 2 to 3 times a day, maybe once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening. So, because out of sight, out of mind, you want to stay in people's eyeballs, stay on their mind. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're having enough posts to create the engagement and give you a chance to interact on the comments. So when you put a post up there, your goal is to come back throughout the day and see who liked it and who commented and who might have shared it. And then go, if they liked it, say, hey, you shoot a message to that person. Hey, I saw you liked my post earlier today. And then you start a conversation around it. Now, look, again, Facebook rewards consistency. So if you rarely post, then Facebook won't show your posts when you do it to the people in your friends list. Facebook algorithms also, I've said this earlier before, the algorithms do not like video links that take the viewers off of the Facebook platform to another platform. So you want to avoid putting links to videos or to other websites in your posts. What you want to do is if you have a video, and by the way, Facebook loves videos because videos draw people in and it keeps them on the platform. So what you want to do is you want to do a Facebook Live right on your Facebook post. You can record it live, or if you record a video on your phone, for example, you want to directly upload it from your phone onto Facebook into the post so that the video resides in the Facebook post. It's not a link where it takes them elsewhere. So post your videos directly onto your Facebook page, okay? And the more comments that people make under the video, the more comments that are happening down there, the more Facebook says, oh, this is of interest to a lot of people, and it shows that post to more and more and more people. That's why sometimes if you all ever see me do a Facebook Live, I'm always saying, hey, if you like what you're hearing, comment the number 1 below. Or if you're willing to make 10 exposures today to some prospects, put the number 10 in the comment section below. Hey, if you're going to make this coming year the biggest year of your life, comment below, breakout year below. And so you want to create, as a person doing the video, the more you can drive people below it to make those comments, is going to increase the algorithm's reasons to show your post to more and more people. Now, when you're posting photos, by the way, Facebook loves photos. You want to make sure that it has only a little bit of text. And as you can see on the screen there, on the left side, that's a good photo. On the right side, it's not a good photo. As you see on the one that's got all the text throughout the entire photo, they don't like photos that have a lot of text on them. Matter of fact, you want to make sure that it comprises less than 20% of your photo should have text on it. Okay, that's just a very important rule of thumb to never forget, less than 20%. Now, how to engage with people from your posts. This is a very important aspect because, again, step one is getting content out there, putting out some good posts that are going to draw the eyeballs and attract people to you. But then how do you engage with them? Well, first of all, you got to post about things that will create conversation and open doors to discussing life. In some of my previous trainings, you might remember me saying, stop selling and start solving. Stop recruiting and start solving. So what you want to do is you want to get into conversation that's going to open up the doors to learning about their life and about what problems in their life that you might potentially have a solution that soon you can introduce to them for those problems. But again, it starts with a conversation, which will open the doors to future conversations to turn them from a friend or a follower into a prospect. Just because you've got 100 people or 1,000 people on your friends list does not mean you yet have 100 or 1,000 prospects. All right. So again, stop selling, start solving. Stop recruiting, start solving. You want to, again, be on the lookout for problems that they have that you can solve, right? So that means that you're not coming across like you're trying to pitch them. You're trying to learn about them. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So your goal, you guys, is to put them first. Don't be, look, here's the thing a lot of people, really miss on. It's not about you being interesting. It's about you being interested. See, a lot of times people look at Facebook, they're like, what can I post to make myself look all interesting? I want to be the most interesting person in the world. I want people to admire me. That's why I'm doing all these selfies and look at me on this jet airplane, flying first class, riding in this limousine. And people don't care about that stuff. Matter of fact, sometimes that turns them off when you're really all about you. What you want to be is all about them. Don't be interested. Yeah, I mean, yes, yes, you want to be interesting. It's like, who doesn't want to be interesting, right? We're in a people attraction business, so you want to be an attractive person, but be interested in others. Be interested in their life, their wedding, their child's graduation, their newborn child, their new promotion, their new business they started. If you get interested in other people and stay interested in them for a little while, then when you talk to them about what you're interested in and what you want to show them, now they're all ears. So pick areas of interest that you have, that you love, and those areas of interest, you want them to resonate with your followers. So when you post about golfing or about going on vacation or about travel or about things that you might use as conversation starters, you want to post these without any calls to action. It's not like, hey, I'm getting ready to go to the Bahamas for a week. I'm so excited because, I used to never be able to take vacations before. And now because of my business, my company's sending us on this all expense paid vacation. Hey, by the way, any of my friends, if you guys ever want to go on a vacation like this, hit me up, click my link below or call me. I can show you how you can earn a trip like this too by starting a business with us. You just killed it. Bad, wrong move. You want to basically do the lifestyle attraction marketing by talking about this trip that you're going on or that you went on, and that you're so grateful that you're able to do it, and that your lifestyle and your business afforded it for you. But never say, by the way, if you're interested, call me, because it was going great up until that call to action. Don't use the call to action in your posts. When people respond by liking, commenting, or sharing, you want to comment back and then take that conversation to a private conversation as soon as you can, okay? Because a lot of times, if you put a post out there and somebody comments or somebody likes it, and then you comment to their comment, and then you move on, then that's like somebody saying, you say hi to them, and they say hi to you, and then you walk away. Like if you went to a mixer or a networking event, and you walk up to someone and you say hi, and they say hi, and you say, okay, bye, and you walk away, what good is that? You didn't create a new contact. You didn't engage with the person. same thing happening on Facebook. I see a lot of times people put them out there, people will respond to it, and then you disappear. Every time you're looking for opportunities, for chances to engage with somebody more deeply. All right. Now, you want to take every engagement to a private message conversation, and as quickly as you can, take those conversations to the phone. And what you want to do is you want to say something like, hey, it's great to have a conversation with you. It's good to get to know you a little bit more. We think we see eye to eye exactly on the same point we just talked about. And by the way, if I send you a link that explains a little bit about what I'm so excited about, this project I'm working on, would you watch it? So you want to do a if I will you. Okay, again, you don't do it immediately. You did the overall post engagement, then you took it to a private message conversation, okay? And that could be private messaging back and forth, and then it gets to a phone conversation. And then when you're at the phone conversation, and now you're bridging that gap, and you now have piqued their interest about what you do, because now you found a problem in their life that you can solve with your product or your opportunity. Then that's when you say, if I send you this video about our product or about our opportunity, would you watch it? You guys understand that process there? Recruiting is not an event. Recruiting is a process. Same thing with selling. So how do you engage with people from their posts? Well, again, you're going to be posting 2 or 3 times a day yourself on your wall. But when you go to your news feed and you look at what your friends are posting about, find things that you agree with. If you see something that you don't agree with or is negative or whatever the case is, scroll past it. You want to find people that are congruent with you. Find posts that make sense to you. So let's say you find that post and they posted something about travel, or posting something about being an entrepreneur and how exciting that is, or whatever the case is. What you want to do is you want to go like it. You want to comment. And as a matter of fact, if you really like it, you want to post it by sharing it on your wall. People appreciate your likes. They love your comments because that really validates what they said, but they fall all over your shares. If you share what they posted, oh my gosh, you became more near and dear to them than their own spouse or their best friend. So that's what you want. You want to like, comment, and share. Now, again, go find posts that interest you. You want to find common ground and you want to engage. People, again, they do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So whether you're going out there and doing your marketing, putting your content out there, or whether you're doing prospecting, which means you're going out and reading other people's walls, other people's posts, and engaging with them by prospecting them, either way, okay? It's all the same kind of marketing and prospecting. Now, again, you want to always look for a chance to take the conversation private or to a phone call. Again, Facebook or social media does not replace the high touch, real conversations by phone or belly to belly in person. High tech and high touch are best when they're married together. Okay, there's a lot of people that have really fallen in love with social media because they feel like they don't have to go out there and ever meet with somebody for a cup of coffee. They don't have to pick up the phone. They can simply just build their business on their computer screen. I get the allure, but here's the thing. That could be a double-edged sword, because what happens if you build your whole business on Facebook and then Facebook changes their rules, or if something happens and the Facebook just kind of gets less popular, or goes down for some reason, or maybe they have an outage for 48 hours. Something could happen with the one platform that you're living and breathing and living on. So again, high tech, high touch. Use the technology, use the social media platform to lead to the interpersonal connections and relationships that really warrants phone calls and meeting people. All right. Now, also remember this: don't rush it. Take time to build rapport. I know if you've got some goals that you want to hit today or this week or this month, and you need to get 5 recruits to win this recruiting contest, whatever the case is, and as soon as somebody interacts with you on Facebook, you immediately jump down their throat and start fire hosing them about your opportunity. I know your intent is positive, but it's not effective. Slow down to speed up. Take time to build rapport. build up your audience, warm them up, marinate the meat first before you put it in the oven. All right. Most people drive away 99 people for every person that they might interest by doing things wrong. So if you got 100 people on Facebook and you do it wrong, you start posting links, you start posting sales pitches and all that, you might push away 99 people for each person that actually responds and says, hey, I want to become your customer. Are you willing to get one customer out of 100 and basically drive away the other 99? Look, you don't need to be willing to. You don't need to accept that, because if you do what I'm sharing with you today, you can appeal to a majority of your audience. Most people are not turned on or interested in your product or your opportunity yet. When you post about these things, people will turn you out. They'll tune you out. So what you got to do is you got to be vague and you got to be generic, and then create more curiosity conversations about what you're excited about. So again, you're posting not directly with, hey, look at this product or look at this opportunity, let's get you started. It's posting with the intent to resonate with people, create the curiosity where they're going to want to find out more. Here's a sample post, as a matter of fact, one that I've actually used. I've been putting off getting my will done for years because I didn't want to spend $1,000, but I finally found a way to get my will done real easily and for as little as 20 bucks. Now that this is behind me, I feel so much weight off my shoulders. As a parent, I always knew I was neglecting getting this done. Feels great. Now, that's what I used to sell some memberships, some customers for my service. Is there a call to action? Is there anything saying, hey, if you're a parent and you don't have your will done, you gotta reach out to me? No, not at all. Because if I added that in at the end of my post, people would see my agenda. They're thinking, oh, I'm just talking about getting my will done and saving money so that I can pitch them on getting their will done. I'm trying to make some sales. So again, that is a sample post that is effective. No calls to action at all, at all. But when they see that, I've planted a little invisible seed in their mind so that one day, when they think about getting their will done, they might reach out and say, oh my gosh, Brian was posting about that last year where he got it done for 20 bucks instead of 1,000. Let me reach out to him. Plant invisible seeds if they can't stay. Here's another one. And this is for somebody in a different kind of a company. I've been lacking energy, constantly dragging around and feeling down. It's been messing me up for months. I did some research and found a product to take for it, and wow, is it working. Again, so you might have a nutritional product or a weight loss product or something like that. And you can put a post out like that. Again, there's no call to action. You don't sound like you're working for the company. Here's another one. As many of you, my friends know, I have been struggling to get into my optimal shape. It has been messing with me mentally. So I did some research to find a product I can take that will get me some results. Wow, is it working? I'm already down 8 pounds. I feel so much better about myself. Please keep me in your thoughts and thank you for your support. It means the world to me. Again, you're asking for people to be supportive of your quest to lose some weight and about how great this product is that you're excited about, but you don't even sound like you sell it. You're not even a rep in the company by this post. You guys catching these? All right. So here's a couple ideas for recruiting. I've been working so many hours for so many years. Enough is enough. My prayers have been answered and I found a solution, a better way. My new path has got me more excited about my life than I have been in a very long time. Look at that. Now, that's a little typo there. It should say, my new path has gotten me more excited about my life than I have been in a very long time. But again, I'm not saying, hey, look, I'm making all this money now. I'm so excited. Call me if you're interested in doing the same thing. Again, no calls to action. Here's another one. I imagine some of you know that I've been struggling lately with the fact that I'm working so much and I haven't had the time I wish to have with my kids. I know it's a common struggle for most parents, so I'm not whining, but I want more. I want better for my family. Will we ever get this time back? Anyone else feel me? Now, you're just asking for some other people to say, hey, yeah, me too. You're not saying that you've even found the solution yet. You're just saying, hey, anybody, the struggle's real, anybody else feel me? Again, that's going to strike up conversation. They're going to like it, they're going to comment, And then you take those likes and comments and you comment back and you get some private messages going on. Hey, what do you do? Or what kind of hours you work? Let me tell you a little bit more about my struggle. And you start talking, and now you're resonating. You're talking with them, not at them. And then you say, hey, look, I've been searching. Let me tell you what I just found just recently. I found some people that also were parents that had no time with their kids, but these people now are spending every day with their kids, stay-at-home, full-time stay-at-home parents now. And somebody sent me a video. I looked at it. I've never been this excited about it, about my life before. Hey, if I sent you a 5-minute video that they sent to me, would you watch it? I'll send it to you if you want. Again, you're not even coming across like you're trying to pitch them. You're just trying to share with them a solution that you found that they might be interested in, right? So you also want to engage on Facebook using Facebook Live, which is basically, instead of typing a text post or posting a picture, you can actually go live, where you actually get on your phone and turn it to face you. You like doing a selfie video. And when you do this, people love, as long as you keep them pretty short, people love to watch videos. People are just all about being entertained. That's what entertain me. That's what everybody's saying. Entertain me. So what you want to do is you want to keep it rather short. Okay. Tell compelling stories that resonate with the viewers. All right. Pick topics that you feel like people that are following you would want to hear about. And you need to grab their attention in the first 3 seconds. Otherwise, bye-bye, they're gone. That means, look, so I see some people get on Facebook Live, and the first 2 minutes, they're sitting there looking at themselves in their phone screen, like fixing their hair or moving something in the background or kind of waiting for people to get on. Well, guess what? The people who did get on, because they were alerted and they jumped on real fast, they're going to leave. They're not going to sit there and wait for you to go live and start giving them something to watch. So you want to be prepared. Look at the mirror before you go live. Make sure your hair is done before then. Make sure your background doesn't have something weird in the background. Okay, when you go live, you want to say something or do something like dramatic, something that's going to catch their attention, to lure them in, to suck them in, and now you can share your message with them. So your first 3 seconds, because by the way, when your Facebook Live is no longer live, it's now archived, it's still sitting there on replay. And when somebody's scrolling through their newsfeed and they see your video, okay, before they even click on it, they're seeing it without hearing it. So whatever you look like in the video is going to determine whether they touch on it to open it up and actually start listening to what you're hearing, the audio part of it. So I would encourage you to do something sometimes. You don't have to be like overly dramatic, like jumping off of a building and then talking, but think about what can you do to grab their attention in the first 3 seconds so that people will tune in, okay? And then also remember, like I said earlier, while you're doing the Facebook Live, you want to ask for people to engage below. You want to drive for comments. So if you're talking about, Christmas or something like that, you say, hey, by the way, how many more people do you still need to shop for? Type the number in below. I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to sign up 5. I got 5 more people in my family I got to shop for, so I've typed number 5. You might say, how many of you all, are currently in your own business as an active entrepreneur? Type me below. Just find things that you can get people to comment and answer to. And the more comments, the more Facebook is going to show that post to people on your friends list. All right. So you also can, some of you who follow my methodology for building a network marketing business, you know that when we launch a brand new recruit, we do a game plan interview where we help them just discover what their why is. We help them make their list, and we book their launch to do their PBR and their PCC. A PBR is a private business reception, which is a home meeting. They invite their friends over to their living room and show them a video or have somebody present the information live and sign them up. Then a PCC is a private conference call, which is a telephonic PBR. So you just get everybody on the conference call line and somebody in your upline does your presentation in 40 and 15 minutes. Well, just like you do a PBR in your house in person, I see a lot of people also using Facebook Live to do a launch online, just like they did a PBR in their home. So so you can tell everybody that you want to invite to it, hey, at 9 o'clock on Monday night, go to my Facebook page. I'm going to be doing a big launch video, a video cast. It's live at 9 o'clock. So just put in your calendar to come to my page at 9 o'clock. And then you can get on there, and whether it's you doing your presentation or whether you got your sponsor that's going to be there and you're going to have them do the presentation on your phone. But at the end of the day, Facebook Live is a great way for people to actually see a presentation in your launch process of your business. All right. Now, notice that in my previous sample messages, okay, I want to repeat this to you guys because I see people, so many people doing it wrong. There's no mention of a company name, no mention of a product, or that there's any business opportunity that you want to show anybody. It's very subtle. The right people at the right time will ask you questions and start conversations.
Guys, I thank you for being on here. I know it was a little long, but was that good information? Did you guys get anything? Good. I'm telling you, this book, Building an Empire, I'm telling you, I see why it's Shaquille Cooper's second Bible, because it's becoming our second Bible.